Pancho, Metropolitan Touring, a very large destination management company, Galapagos cruising company. Could you give us an overview on its operations?
Sure. Well, Charles, it's great to be here and sharing these details with you. Number one is that in 2019, we'll be celebrating our 50th anniversary of operations in Galapagos. We've been there since 1969. And over the years, we've grown now to 3 expedition vessels, 1 hotel in the Galapagos Islands, and back in the mainland of Ecuador after many other activities and programs that we've done. We have our hotel in the city of Quito called Casa Gangotena, and a wonderful rainforest lodge in the west side of the Andes called Mashpi Lodge. That is an overview of what we have as an operation. And as a DMC, of course, we're also in charge of several tours in the city of Quito, the highlands of Ecuador, trips to the Amazon, and altogether a wonderful set of services at local hotels in the mainland, in the coast, and of course the highlands of Ecuador.
Let's talk a bit about the cruising to Galapagos. Fill us in on the 3 ships, yachts, that you have.
Yeah. The expedition vessels that we have, and remember in previous years we've talked about our newest addition to the fleet, Santa Cruz 2, which replaced Santa Cruz 1, a very successful lady in our fleet for many years. And now Santa Cruz 2, with the same capacity, but a much more modern vessel and better equipped in many ways, has also joined the fleet of Isabella 2 for 40 people, La Pinta for 48, in our beautiful hotel, Finch Bay Hotel, on the island of Santa Cruz. The 3 vessels at the moment, the 3 expedition ships, are providing not only great experiences for travelers and explorers of the Galapagos, but are also providing several options when it comes to choosing between the number of days you stay in the Galapagos. There are 4-night programs, there are 6-night programs, and if you merge the 2 4-nighters, for example, you can end up with an 8-night program in the Galapagos Islands. That's something very unusual to find, not even on the internet. So providing an 8-night program for people is also a good option that is out there with our expedition vessels.
Quickly recap, what would people do on a 4-day expedition?
On a 4-day expedition, you should expect to visit anywhere between 7 to 8 islands, probably about 10 to 12 visitor sites of the Galapagos National Park, probably about 10 snorkeling sites, and at least of the famous Big 15, 11 or 12 species out of the 15 iconic species of the Galapagos.
And what kind of experts will be on board teaching us, explaining to us what we are seeing and experiencing?
Well, as part of the regulations of the Galapagos National Park, every group must be accompanied by a naturalist guide. The National Park says that the law is 16 guests per 1 naturalist. We believe that interpretation can be better if we lower that ratio. So on board our vessels, that ratio, or that average if you will, is anywhere between 11 to 12 guests per naturalist. And these naturalists, of course, are trained by the Galapagos National Park Service. They've been studying in the Galapagos for many years. They've been employed by our company, some of them on a staff basis. They're part of the payroll of the company, if you will, and others are hired on a freelance basis. But we make sure that they are coming to our fleet of vessels with the highest level of experience, highest level of language handling, and definitely a good attitude towards not only the environment, but customer service skills for the people that nowadays travel to the Galapagos.
You just helped me dispel some of the misinformation going around about the sustainability of Galapagos Islands with too many visitors, too many ships. I'll recap a few points and ask you to briefly expand on a few of them. There's a limit to the size of the ships, right? So they're not cruise ships. They're yachts or smaller ships with 40, tops 100 berth. It's limited to 74. There will be no more than the current 74 licensed ships, ranging from 10 berth to 100, averaging anywhere. Most of these are 4-day expeditions. Right? So the arithmetic works out to be about 75,000 visitors that are visit Galapagos on a ship out of 200,000 tourist visitors to the Galapagos National Park last year, and the balance being people who fly there or take a day trip to stay at a hotel or just a day visit.
Right. The market, or if you will, the number of visitors that has increased in the Galapagos is that number of those who are opting for hotels, perhaps, or day trip boats out of the Galapagos, but not of those who are going on a live-aboard type of operation. That means an expedition vessel or a cruise program or anything that implies living on at a floating hotel, in other words. And it's interesting because when people talk about cruise ships, automatically the consumers think that Galapagos is like the Caribbean, or they think that it's like in some ports of Alaska where a massive 2,000 passenger boat is going to come in and explore one area. That does not happen in Galapagos. The largest vessel in Galapagos has capacity for only 100 people, and then that in the ships in that range of capacity are not necessarily that many. In fact, there are only 6. The rest of ships in Galapagos range anywhere from 48 people all the way down to only capacities of 10.
Of that total, 74 ships that are permitted to be licensed.
Exactly. In that total, 74 at the very most.
Thank you very much, Pancho.
Pleasure. Always a pleasure.